Woke up at 7 a.m, got the PC in the boot, switched the ignition on, drove up to Brisbane, delivered that gaming PC. This is what a tech yes delivery is all about, and I got rewarded 100 cash in hand. And so this is one of those exceptions where I've never had someone do this before, where they've flown on a plane to come get a gaming PC. And so that just shows you how hungry some of these people are out there for a gaming PC, especially a tech yes gaming PC with that man bun cable management, RGB bling. We even had the remote in there and we had the specs to match. But while we're up on Brisbane and we've just flipped this PC, I figured there's a few things I can do up here. And so it's a really hot day up here. I'm guessing it's going to go over 35 degrees C here today, but it's not going to stop me from hustling, going and getting a GTX 1070 from here on in, and then also picking up another PC, a 3770K build that we've lined up for around 200 Aussie dollars. So we're gonna turn on the ignition again, go pick up the 1070, and also go pick up that PC, and then get back to the Tech Yes Lab, and probably even just start up a mid-month hustle here right before Christmas. Even though we've already done the used PC parts hunt of the month, I figured when you get pushed into this predicament, you might as well make synergy out of your hustle. So let's do just that. And now we are here back at the Tech Yes studio with this first deal that we ended up picking up. And this was a combination deal where they had a 1070, which they priced up at 300 Aussie. So that was the max I was prepared to pay for it. But then they threw in 16 gigabytes of DDR4 memory for 50 Aussie more. And then a cooler where they said, do you want this for 10 bucks? And I said, sure thing, because a cooler is always a good thing, especially if it can cool down an i7. It's worth 10 bucks in my experience. So that deal there, all up 360. And the good thing is, I already got that eBay deal on the 1070. I was talking to the seller after the parts hunt, and I said, look, 300 is the max I'm paying for a 1070. He came back after his 310 offer and said, all right, you can have it for 300. So I've now got two 1070s, and one that I've already piecing out in a build, and then another here that we've got to play with. And this is a really good thing, because on the way back, we also picked up this right here, which is a 4770K with a budget Thermaltake power supply. I think it's like a 430 watt, and it's on a B85M motherboard. So I believe there were some B85 motherboards that you could overclock with particular BIOSes on. So I will check that out. But for what it's worth, we're quickly going to clean up this PC. I may even take out the i7, put an i5 in, and put in a mid-range graphics card. That way I can utilize the already included power supply with this and create some value, because we picked up this whole system with memory, motherboard, case, power supply for 200 Aussie dollars, and they even threw in 3 graphics cards that they said that they thought were dead. So there's a GTX 780 and also a 750 Ti and also a RX 470, and they said some of them, two of them won't post, one of them's giving out mixed feelings. So I'll check that out soon enough. But we've also got here 3 sticks of DDR3 2 gigabytes. So that was a pretty good deal. All up 200 Aussie dollars for all that. I'm pretty happy since this 4770K and the board and everything's guaranteed to post. That's what they guaranteed me. So good news all around here with these deals. But I think it's finally time to make something of this PC, but also quickly check for some last minute deals. You don't know when something awesome could pop up. So after cleaning out this case, it responded really well to some tech yes loving, and we're going to put a red LED strip here on the front, and that'll really make the bling come out. And there's also no fan at the front, so we're just adding a standard fan because I've actually run out of LED fans. And then I'm going to clean it all up, change out the power supply, which was actually a Thermaltake 500 watt. So that's like a entry-level power supply. It'll be decent for like an RX 470 build and an i5 or something like that. But we're going to be putting in a Silverstone 500 watt, and then also this 1070, as well as a hard drive and an SSD and a Snowman. So on top of the 1070 in the whole build, we're adding an extra 100 Aussie dollars of components, and that'll bring this build total up to around 650 Aussie. And of course, we'll be able to flip it and make a profit. But I'm more curious to see how this LED at the front, this $1 strip, will glow through this front panel, and if it'll bring up this whole case to save us ultimately $50 on our flip, so we don't have to go out and buy another case or add any ring fans, since we do have a blue LED fan at the back which we cleaned, and we'll have some kind of contrast going on here, and then that snowman in the middle, kind of like a budget aesthetic, and hopefully it turns out well. So let's see what it looks like. This is the finished product. We've got like a square LED ring going on at the front here, and inside we've got this clean build that's looking like it's brand new. I mean, this thing came up really well. Keep in mind we have used a new CPU cooler and a new power supply, but it's literally looking like a brand new build with some sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, like a feature. Yeah, like we're talking about homes here. We've got a feature at the front of this real estate, and we've got a Blu-ray disc drive, which means that I can now advertise this gaming PC as an LED Blu-ray gaming PC. Like, man, this thing is going to fly off the shelves. So I've got a bit of a problem here, trouble in paradise, and that is we tried booting this PC up. It just gave out no signal. I've pulled the motherboard out, and I've now changed all the RAM slots, tried different graphics cards in different slots, and I guess the biggest sign that this motherboard is dead is that we've also changed the CPU, is that the keyboard just doesn't light up normally on a normal boot. So that's generally an indication, and then we get this no signal and it just quickly goes off. But yeah, we kind of got hosed on this deal, and pretty annoyed since, you know, I asked the question of, hey, does everything work? And they're like, yeah, but this motherboard's toast, and it's just wasted a heap of time now. It's not the fact that it didn't work. If I knew in advance, I could have just replaced it rather than going through the whole process of giving it tech yes loving, putting it in, building it all up, and then having the board toast. And the really weird thing was, in the case, when we pulled the motherboard out, I was wondering why the top screw didn't go in when I was trying to put it back in. And it's like the mount for it was bent down, which was really bizarre too. But I don't know what happened to this motherboard, but yeah, I got hosed on it. I know when somebody's crying. I know when somebody's crying. So after checking everything, there is some good news and there's still some bad news, and that is one of the sticks of memory is buggered, as we can see here. It's this stick of memory. It fails to boot on the PC, has a different system I'm using just to test it. But the 4770K is okay, which I guess is the most important thing of this deal. And yeah, so 3 sticks of memory still work fine. Yeah, a little bit disappointed, but I've contacted the seller and he's willing to give me some money back. So that way I guess I didn't get hosed, but still the time wasted on this stuff is just, it's the most annoying part.
Hi diddly dee, a Gumtree life for me. It's great to get hosed on a deal, whilst you forget you look for more. A Gumtree life for me.
Hi, diddly dee, an active life for me.
And it's now the next day, and instead of putting the 1070 in there, which that PC is gonna have to wait a little while before it's complete, I've decided to just build this whole 220T system up, and it is just looking absolutely amazing. It's performing really well. The noise is extremely quiet in the whole build, and of course the FPS is really good. So the person who's picking this up is gonna be really happy with it, and it's also using that X79 board. I don't know if you guys remember, I bought this in Tokyo in a deals hunt quite a while ago, so it's finally getting put to some use. Though of course, you're probably wondering how the deals turned out, and this is gonna be a really interesting thing. So we're gonna sit down and talk about what we found on good old Gumtree. So coming off the back of looking for deals last night, and even this morning, I did find a few potential deals. So I'm waiting for the people to get back to me. For instance, I found a GTX 1066 gigabyte, put in an offer of 180 Aussie dollars, just waiting for the person to get back to me on that one. And there was also a PC for 50 Aussie dollars with the whole tower. And it looks like it's got a H60 and an i3 inside, as well as some RAM and some other stuff. So I can pick that up for 40 Aussie dollars. That'll be a really good deal too. However, what happened last night just sort of made me just go to bed because I was a little bit annoyed, especially after putting that motherboard and everything through that PC and then having problems. I put down an offer on this 6700 system, had 8 gig of RAM, B150 case power supply. They were asking $290 for it. I put down $220, and they had only just listed it like an hour ago. And then they got back to me and they're like, someone's already paid asking price and they're coming to pick it up. And I'm just thinking to myself, damn, like at asking price, it's actually not even that good of a deal. So I'm thinking out there at the moment, there's a few people that just go and pay asking price thinking something's an amazing deal. And that's sort of like the competition that you got to deal with locally now, because as I said in a few different parts hunts recently, it is a saturated market. And so basically in times like these, you kind of got to get a foot in the door somewhere else. And of course, I've got people like Les, who I go to regularly, but I pretty much exhausted him earlier this month in the used parts hunt of the month or of the decade. I'll put the link to that one up here if you guys want to check that out, where we did do really well in terms of getting deals. But this time around, I'm waiting for those two people to get back. And I've also got a delivery that I've got to drop off later this afternoon. So someone's offered me asking price plus an extra 20 on top to deliver a PC. And so that's a really good thing. But one thing that's going on with gaming PCs at the moment is it's a really different market to what it was last year. Of course, there's more competition, it's more saturated, but I'm finding a lot more people this year don't have the budgets over $1,000. It's actually all the PCs that I'm selling at the moment are under $1,000 and they're going pretty quickly. But then the PCs that I got over $1,000, they're really not garnering any interest at all. So very weird market at the moment, but for what it's worth, you just keep going and you just always keep getting those deals. That's the most important thing. When you see a deal, you snap it up. Though all that aside, there was one awesome thing that came about me searching for parts and putting down offers on stuff. And that was I found someone who has a computer store and they've got a heap of different parts that they haven't tested yet. And they showed me all these pictures of stuff that they've got and my eyes lit up. Like this is Christmas come a few days earlier. So I'm gonna go check that out this Arvo. And they said, look, we can work out a deal on the spot. So that is like a gold mine waiting to happen. So I'll let you guys know what happens with that. Though as it stands, I do have to do a few things over the next few days, some personal stuff. So what I'm gonna do with this video is turn it into a two-part series, because one thing's for sure is I've got tunnel vision. I've said this in the past. I have to do a few different things over the next couple of days, and I'm gonna lose track of where this first part was, but I'm gonna be filming all the second part over the next few days in between all the other stuff that I'm doing. And that way I can give you guys more in-depth footage on everything that goes down in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. Though I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's hustle where we just went through the highs and the lows. I was really excited about the person flying to get a gaming PC. And then of course we had that B85 system that just had all those problems, and that was the worst thing about it. I was just wasting all the time based on something that I thought was okay from the get-go. Though to the person's credit who sold me it, they did refund me straight away. And of course, mistakes happen. It just sucks with the time wasted. You're not gonna get that back. Though I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Let us know in the comment section below, have you had any problems with PCs like that? Love reading your thoughts and opinions as always. And speaking of questions of the day, we've got here from Silvui. He says, hey Tech Yes City, I'm currently suffering from CSGO stuttering. Do you know what it could be the issue? I've heard of a lot of people having lag spikes with similar setups, and he goes on to list his specs: a 7700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 3000 megahertz XMPs, RTX 2070 Super, 850 watt platinum power supply. All the other games are fine besides CSGO, the game I played the most. So to answer this question, I'm going to assume that the problem actually may lie in those XMP profiles on the memory. I'm assuming it's either 4x8 gigabyte sticks or it may be two 16 gigabyte sticks. But either or, that 32 gigabyte RAM kit on the 7700K at 3000 megahertz XMP profiles may be causing issues with slight stuttering in CSGO. Since CSGO with a 2070 Super will actually, depending on your graphics settings, max out a 7700K on the CPU side of things. So what you need to do then is make sure that on that side of the CPU, nothing is causing the stuttering. And so your memory actually may need to come down, say 200 megahertz. Try setting it in the BIOS to 2800 megahertz if you've got 4 8 gigabyte sticks. Try taking 2 of those sticks out and then restarting the computer and just see if you get a better experience. I believe it has to do with the RAM and the 7700K's IMC possibly getting overloaded. Anyway, Silvui, hope that answers that question. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button for us. And if you've watched this far and you're still watching and you're not subscribed, the subscribe button's down there, and ring that bell to get this content as soon as it drops here at Tech Yes City. And I'll catch each and every one of you guys in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.